I've been a fan of the show Euphoria for the last couple of years, and when they said that Javon was going to come into the studio and be part of the show, I had to like do a double take because the bio they sent me didn't necessarily fit with maybe the character that was on that show. And then I read up on him and learned a little bit more, and then was sent the new movie, Samaritan, your first feature film, working alongside Sly Stallone, right? So let's welcome to the show, Mr. Javon Walton. Thank you for being here, buddy.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
16 years old. Reading everything that you've done and what you're doing, you've been a boxer from the early age of 4, right? You've had 80 bouts, gymnastics. I mean, at 16, I don't know if I could have said I'd done half the things that you've done. I mean, where does the work ethic come from? How have you been so successful so quickly?
Man, I think the work ethic comes from just at a young age. Really, my dad. I was just so inspired by my dad at a very young age, and seeing how hard he works. And I knew that I wanted to be just as great as he is at everything he does, because everything he does, he wants to do it at 100%. I'm the same way. I want to push myself at absolutely everything. And, fell in love with boxing at 4, punching couch pillows since I was 2. So, it was just really getting into boxing, I think also will really just help me with my work ethic,
Javon Walton from the new movie Samaritan. How old were you when you filmed this?
I was, I think I was 13 when I was filming it.
Was it before the Euphoria?
Yeah. Yeah, it was before that. So I filmed the first season of Euphoria, right?
Right.
And then filmed other stuff, and then later that year I was filming Samaritan in like the midst of all of COVID and all of that stuff. So it was a process, like trying to get that all to work out. So
Samaritan launches globally on Prime Video Friday, August 26th. We're speaking with Javon Walton, the star of that film. I walked away from it. When you have somebody like Sly Stallone in a role there, but this story is about you. It's a backdrop of the superhero aspect, but it's about you and you growing up and having to fight dark and light and how to become that. I thought it was incredibly interesting that you kind of took the lead through this process and made it your own in your first feature film.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was amazing to be able to work with Sly on my very first film like that, very first feature film. So that was great. Me and him had a special bond on set too. We'd always argue about boxing and who's gonna win this, who's gonna win that. So yeah.
The boxing aspect of things. I mean, you're 16, right? Rocky. I'm sure you've seen and everything like that. What was it like to be a part of a cast like that where you had an individual who's so iconic in the boxing world because it's what you do and what you do well too?
I think it was for sure special. Not many people say that they could be working with Sly and to be able to work with him on another level is just dope. We really built a bond between each other, and it was good to be able to like talk boxing with people. I never been able to like really talk boxing on set, so it was nice to be able to have that.
And then the opportunity, any of you who will get a chance to watch the film, no spoilers here or anything, but there's a scene where you are up on the roof with him and you get to kind of showcase some of those boxing skills. How quick. I mean, I was so impressed of how quick you were in that instance. But your character really isn't, you don't really want to fight, but you are very capable.
No, yeah. No, you'll see like a little sneak peek of all that, and on the rooftop.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. So Euphoria fans out there, if anybody watches the HBO series Euphoria, it's incredibly nuanced in terms of following a group of, high school kids really through, the difficult times in the drug world that goes on. And your character, right, is a guy that is surrounded in secrecy, really. We don't know much about him, but we just know how loyal he is and what it means to him to be a protector. And we see it, how it played out in the finale last year. I think there's conversation around, is Ashtray really dead? Is he no longer there? Where can we see this character if not moving forward?
You know what? I honestly got no clue. And I'm not just saying that just to say that because I can't. I really got no clue. It's a bit crazy, but Euphoria, it has such an amazing fan base, and I feel like a lot of teenagers, older teens, can relate to it on another level. Not, of course, as intense, but like take bits and pieces away from it. And
well, being 16, I mean, you have to be probably one of the younger actors on the show, and the topic is, I think, important. Mm-hmm. But as somebody who lives in a time where kids are learning and developing and figuring out these things, what has been the biggest takeaway from you, from the fan base of your age, who may see this as ways to be educated and learn how to do things better?
Oh man, that was a good question though. I think so basically what kids can take away from it, right?
Yeah.
I think the main thing kids can take away from it is there's a lot going on in the world, and a lot of stuff and a lot of concerns that you don't need to be worrying about yet. There's I feel like you're extra sensitive at this age, especially kids, and it's a vulnerable time, and if you can just find your happiness within this time, and staying grounded and
be a kid.
Yeah, be a kid. Really just about being a kid at this age.
Right. I mean, I
shouldn't stress anything else.
Yeah, if I could go back with any of that stuff when I was your age, it's just everything that happened felt like the end of the world, right?
Right. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of kids get caught up in that. So if you can just enjoy the moments you have, because you're gonna regret not enjoying it when you get older. So you gotta enjoy your childhood. You can't let all that stuff get to you.
How have you stayed grounded with all this early success? I think, you probably speak to the boxing aspect of thing to keep you kind of a focus, but how have you stayed grounded with your success at 16?
Well, I think one of the most humbling things is boxing, because people will test you on another level when you're fighting, so boxing definitely plays a big portion in that. And I think just the way I've just grown up in general, for a while I was living on 15 acres with goats and chickens, and it was and I've kept the same friends, I haven't switched up on anybody, and I've been keeping the same people that have been loyal to me since day one, and I really think that's really important, to keep that.
Well, I think this is probably pretty cliche, but show me your friends and I'll show you your future is a really good adage and it took me a while to figure that out, because I think for the longest time I surrounded myself with people who told me yes all the time. Right. Who weren't willing to show me the mirror, because we don't necessarily
100%.
see.
You want people to be no, that's you want people there for you, and not there to just say stuff to make you feel happy. You want people that are going to be real, people that are going to better you as a person. So friends can either make you amazing and great and take you very far, or they can ruin you.
Yeah. Support is a huge factor in all of this. We're speaking with Javon Walton, star of the new film Samaritan, that will be coming out globally on Prime Video August 26th. Check it out. I saw it last night. What's next? Right? What's next for you? What do you got on deck for Javon?
So I've been focusing a lot on boxing recently. I got some stuff in the works in the acting world, some really cool stuff that I can't wait to talk about. I'm excited about that, but that's going to stay secret for a little bit longer. But really just the boxing world, man. I've been really honing in on that. Want to get to 100 bouts, and, yeah.
What, I know that the Olympics is something that you are pointing to, right? 2024?
That was the goal for a while, and I'm not gonna lie, like winning a gold medal could be amazing. I've wanted that since a young age, but I really think my path and where I'm at in this moment in time is going pro at 18. I really think that's what I want to do, and I want to accomplish a lot in the pro game and show people my ability and showcase that on another level.
Well, that's wonderful. I love to see the ambition at such a young age, and then your ability to listen and interpret and make the right choices.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Who do speaking about the boxing aspect of things, do you model yourself after your style after anybody that somebody that you looked up to growing up?
Not really. There's like certain bits and pieces I'll take away from certain fighters, and I'm like, oh, I love the way he does this. I love the way he does that. And really, Manny Pacquiao's footwork is something that I've always loved, man, and how quick he is on his feet, and primetime Pac-Man, nobody could beat him, so I definitely take away things from him, but I definitely got my own style.
Alrighty, Javon Walton, everybody, from the new film Samaritan, out on Prime Video globally, August 26th, joining us here in studio. Thanks for taking the time today.